I got something that I want y'all to see. I want you to watch with me real quick. Look how crazy these people are. Sanitation people still ain't moved this snow, man. Hope they get to it. This fake snow. All crazy out. Turn the screen up some.
If you're a Capital One customer, you need to watch this because Capital One is lagging and shutting down credit card accounts, and it can lead to a lawsuit with customers because if you have a balance on that card and not able to pay and it turns to a charge off or collection, it can ruin your credit report and turn into a lawsuit.
I woke up this morning to all of my Capital One credit card accounts being closed
How
for no
these
reason.
banks do and how they think.
I contacted customer service and they're not being helpful. They're being very unprofessional. I was getting into a screaming match with the lady on the phone.
They trying to actively figure out.
Merged with Discover, and there's three major things that they are shutting
trying to figure out ways
over, and
to get your money, not to fucking help you.
Out that you're not doing these three things.
They won't close your account. They gonna say you money laundering if you pay your shit off early. Look at that. Look at how they think.
First major reason is credit cycling. Now, this is a practice where people will charge something on their credit card, then pay it off.
Me.
Charge it again, and then pay it off.
Me.
And this cycle happens before the payment due date, and they max out the credit cards with these purchases and pay it off immediately.
Me.
There's a story on how credit cycling work.
It's when someone essentially repeatedly maxes out their credit card, then pays it off all in one cycle. So it's like this revolving door of debt. So say you open a new credit card and your limit is $5,000. You decide to make a big purchase, spend it all in one place on a new gaming system. Well, you have officially maxed out your credit limit for the month. But, and this is where it gets important, instead of waiting until your next cycle to spend more, you pay off that new gaming system immediately, which then brings your credit limit back up to $5,000, and you continue to make more purchases. So this essentially allows people to spend far beyond their credit limit, and in some cases, doubling it.
I don't know why I'm still confused on this here a little bit. Like, what's the fascination with this, right? Because I'm sitting there going, I mean, if you pay it off within the 30-day cycle, how is that harmful? You're paying for it, and you're not incurring a finance charge.
Yeah, because you technically have a credit limit, right? So what you're doing is burning through that, and then paying it off, and then boom, your credit limit is back up to your normal spot. So there's a lot of reasons of why this can be a little very tempting. The biggest one is you can really rack up rewards. That's your cash back, your travel points, your sign-on.
Let's stop right there real quick. Now you see what they said? They said, me, people like me, what I do, I buy something on my credit card. If my credit card got $1,000 limit, I buy something $800. I rent the card, I do this, I do whatever. I pay that bitch off 2-3 times before that month cycle out. So that means I probably spent, let's just say I spent $800 3 times in a month. That means I spent $2,400, and my balance, my limit is only $1,000, right? Shouldn't that tell a fucking bank to raise my fucking limit? Shouldn't that tell them that this nigga spending way more than we allotting him to spend? Let's raise his limit so that problem doesn't happen. But no, they're going to make you the problem. They're going to say you can't do that because now you money laundering, because all those bonus and reward points and all that shit, you doubling and tripling up what we allowing, and we paying other companies billions of dollars to get these features for the card so that you can basically sign up for the card. Okay, so it's 2 ways to fix that without even bothering people. I'm gonna let the rest of this shit play, right? But
bonuses.
It's 2 ways to fix that without even bothering the people, and I'm not a rocket scientist. Number 1, you limit the bonus and reward points to a certain amount to where if people are doing that And you can do this by case basis and program the system to have it like that, to where, all right, they paid their shit off. After the next time they pay it off, the bonus and reward points don't go on there. Very simple fix. Very simple. I don't even want to say the other way, because that's the most simplest way to fix some stupid shit like this. But what they're going to do is they're going to say you can't do that and close your account and put you in financial debt and sue you, all type of nut shit. How is that even possible? And y'all let them. You got to stop letting them. And that's how they do it. They start posting little shit on the news. They got to tell you. Even when you open a business, you got to publicate it. You got to tell the world. So they have to tell you. They telling you what they doing. And the fight, the thing is, what people do, they start fighting all later and shit. Why the fuck you fighting later? You see them doing it. You're supposed to stop them right then and there. It's the same thing as somebody coming in your face and trying to do something to you. You supposed to be stopping them niggas right then and there, like, I'm gonna close my account, nigga. Y'all wildin'. Just because it's not happening to you doesn't mean you shouldn't stop it. Because the more power you give an agency, the more power they have against you when they're ready to exercise that against you too. So this is not about immigration and all that other shit. This is about companies, people fighting these entities that they count on the census as people, because they count these companies as people on the census. So they about to tell you what they about to do. Look.
And also, it can be tempting because this allows you to, again, increase your credit limit, so you're able to make a lot more purchases than what the bank essentially told you that you could in the very beginning. I mean, the biggest...
Like I said, what the bank told you you could. Motherfucker, my money is telling me what I could do. Y'all limiting it so that y'all can make money and have little incentives to make me feel like you're rewarding me and doing that. Motherfucker, you don't have no money. You holding everybody else's money. Y'all are administrators. Y'all are not fucking banks. You ain't coming to the game with no fucking money. When we at the dice game and I'm rolling dice, just because I'm holding bank don't mean I'm fucking running these people. They can take their fucking money and go somewhere else. They don't have to hold their money in here at all. They don't have to play the game. So when I'm looking at it and I'm saying to myself, why the fuck do people keep allowing these people to dictate to them what they can do with their money? I had one card company tell me that my purchase kept declining. And I called them like, yo, I'm at this spot. Why is my purchase declining? They like, oh, we're not supporting that purchase. We don't want to be involved in that. The fuck is my money? I'm spending it where I want to spend it at. No, we don't have to let our cards swipe at places we don't feel comfortable with. Or I'm like, that shit was crazy. And that was PayPal. And I still do business with them because I have business accounts with all these fucking people. So I'm gonna start posting my customer service conversations so y'all can actually hear what be going on. And it's not against the people that be answering the phone, because they really don't know shit. Like, they the first level of bullshit. You know what I'm saying? They don't know shit. The level that you get to talk to, that sometimes they know enough to know it's fucked up and that their job is to prevent you from exposing that. They don't know any more than that. You know what I mean? It's the level after that you get to where it get mixy. And the only way to really get to that level is like through paperwork and legalities and shit like that, because that's how they got it set up. But what you can do from day one is start sending your energy to the universe about shit like this. Like, fuck these people. They can't dictate to me what I do with my money. You can send energy. That's the first step to fighting back. Before you lift a pen, before you boil your fist, before you do anything, send energy to the universe and tell it, universe, you ain't fucking with that. Nah, I ain't fucking with that. Disagreement, trust me, is a vibe that be felt when people do that in unison. It means something. That's why they send feelers out to see how far they can get. But listen.
Risk is a bank kind of noticing that you're doing this and then shutting down your account and then taking back all of your rewards, because banks spend billions of dollars on rewards every single year. It's what gets people to open up credit cards, right? They even kind of have competitions over, well, my bank offers better rewards. Well, this artificially kind of inflates the cost a bank would be spending on those rewards. But secondly, and I think this is one that people should really think about, is that this can also raise alarm bells on the type of behavior that you're doing. So it can look like you're in financial distress. You are borrowing way more than the bank allots you to. And second, it also...
Why would I be borrowing more than the bank allots me to if I have more money? If I'm cycling out my account and my balance is $1,000 That's the third fucking ice truck I've seen. I guess there is around here. Anyway, if I got $1,000 on my card and I'm spending $2,500 a month on that card, that should tell them to raise the limit, not to penalize me. Especially when they're making money off every transaction. They're getting transaction fees off every transaction. So they mad at you and penalizing you and still profiting the whole way through. What the fuck is you talking about, bro? You gotta send energy.
Mimics fraud and money laundering, and that's not something that you want to have on your, and look like you're in financial distress. You are borrowing way more than the bank allots you to. And second, it also mimics fraud and money laundering, and that's not something that you want to have on your account either.
Say you get 2-3% cash. You max out the $5,000 for the month. You pay it back in a week, right? So you got 2% cash back for $5,000. You've paid it off.
Yeah.
I make another $5,000 purchase. I'm getting another 2 or 3% cash back when I was originally only supposed to get it on the 5,000, right?
Yeah.
So now I'm getting it on 10,000
exactly.
within a 30-day cycle.
Yeah.
That's where the red flag comes up to these banks going, we only told you you can do it on your...
Cool. All you got to do is stop the rewards on the second cycle. Or make a new card for people who do things like this, because the only reason we cycling through is because you won't raise our fucking credit limit. We're not even borrowing the money. And this is why secure cards are good too. Although they don't give you the rewards, they give you that flexibility of, fuck all that shit. I'm going to load this bitch up as much as I can, as much as I got. You know what I mean? And I'm going to spend it how I want to spend it. Because, you know, when you're dealing with them and it's like you're borrowing their money, I got to keep remembering that. I got a lot of secure cards. I keep saying we're not taking their money. We're not taking their money. It still ain't they fucking money. But they are basically putting other people's money up for you to borrow off of. And, you know, it still ain't their money. Either way you look at it. You know what I mean? But I get a non-secure cards. I have those too, but I use secure cards a lot because of this situation right here. I don't want to be called a fraud or a money launderer because I'm spending too much money on my credit card.
Getting another 2 or 3% cash back when I was originally only supposed to get it on the 5,000, right?
Yeah.
So now I'm getting it on 10,000
exactly.
within a 30-day cycle.
Yeah.
That's where the red flag comes up to these banks going, we only told you you can do it on your max amount. You're doubling that amount in a 30-day cycle. Mm-hmm. That's the issue here. It's not that, am I getting into debt? It's I'm sort of taking advantage of the system.
Yes.
That is,
and the concern is not just on rewards. I mean, that's a benefit of this for the people who do it, but it's the behavior.
Listen,
looks a lot like
this is the scary
laundering.
part.
Wow, this is really interesting.
Whoa.
She said it with a smile. It looks a lot like money laundering. Like, now you're a criminal. You're a fucking criminal.
Now, banks are responsible for looking out for money laundering. TD Bank had just got hit with a big fine from the DOJ when Joe Biden was in office. And
shout out to old girl Sherry too. She be on top of these
that
niggas.
was hit with TD Bank. And so now it leads to other banks being very skittish when it comes down to certain spending habits. And with you maxing out your credit card, paying it off, it looks like suspicious activity and money laundering. So the rest of these banks do not want to be hit with that fine. And so they are shutting down accounts. Additionally, if you have a $5,000 credit card and then you max it out and pay it off, then max it out and pay it off, it looks like you're in financial distress. And if it's a $5,000 credit line, you're actually getting a $10,000 credit line in that month cycle, which you wasn't approved for. Remember,
since when is this shit restricted to a month? Like,
points and rewards, they have all their profit
your limit is your limit.
factored in. So if you
why is it based on monthly now? You see how they try to slide that in?
They are losing money. So Capital One is quick to shut down your account. Second reason is new negative information on your credit report. Now, many people don't realize if you miss a payment on a credit card just by accident, your other credit card companies will shut your card down if you're not careful, or any new negative information.
Listen, not to keep stopping her, but I'm a little drawn on how, like she said, if you got a 10,000 limit and you go to max that bitch out, you use that shit 4 times, $5,000 4 times in a month, you pay it all off. number one, how are you in financial distress when you obviously have more money than is being allotted to you? And number two, I'm really drawn on the fact of why is it restricted to a month? They're not providing you $10,000 monthly. What they're providing you is up to $10,000. The billing cycle just represents when you have to pay it back. It's not $10,000 monthly. What the fuck are they talking about? Like that's what's throwing me for a loop. Maybe I gotta do some reading.
You may see that you're with a card company and annually they actually pull an inquiry on you. That's checking your other accounts and your credit report to see if you're in any financial stress. So if you miss a payment with another company or you get a collection or a charge off, they feel that you're about to not pay them next. So they want to minimize that loss and they will shut your card down. Capital One is notorious for this. They did this to me in my 20s. I just missed one payment on another credit card by accident. They shut down my account 3 months later. So you want to make sure any new negative information you dispute it off your credit report. With my elite credit system, users like Greg was able to remove a collection in 12 days. So
now she going into her little selling shit. That's the only thing I don't like. When you know something, just tell people. It's better to tell people and get people involved for free than it is to charge them, because you'll be better changing the world for yourself in that action than rather than just getting you some money and hiding from the fucking problems that still won't be present in the world. I don't care about credit or none of this shit. That's enough. I don't care about credit or none of this shit. Y'all know that. Alright, I said that's enough. I don't care about none of that. Y'all know that. I'm just showing you how even when you play the game, they always gonna throw a monkey wrench in it, because it's not designed for you to win. It's not designed for you to be successful. So if you're gonna do it, you gotta do it in a way to where you are glitching it and you're constantly causing it problems. The only way to stop a bully sometimes is to get them to understand that it's just not worth it. You know what I mean? Especially when you probably can't beat them off of muscle or size or strength. You know what I mean? And that's not the case for us. You know what I mean? Good people versus bad people. We have all those features. The issue with us really is technology. They have it. They got it locked. So that's what we really be fighting up against. You know what I mean? That's probably how they petrified all the other enemies. That's why that shit is called petrified, because they turned your ass to stone. You better be scared. You know what I mean? Like, shit ain't no joke, man. There's just a light little level of their deception. Start showing, like I said, I'm gonna start showing a little more things, like how I see it, and how it all converges into a big web, and how they give you the information as they doing it. They spoon feed it to you to see whether or not it tastes good. Before you know it, by the time you start being disgruntled, they done got it locked in, and they act like you participated for the last however long before you started complaining. So it's kind of hard to get from up under that. You know what I mean? You can't let them implement these things. Everybody should be contacting they financial services, and looking out for any bills, because there do be good people in these legislatures that be trying to fight for things like this, and they usually quit trying to do the right thing after a while because they don't get support. When you see shit that's gonna help everybody, support it. One.